Hi sunshines, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a come find an apartment with me in Netherlands. Specifically in Rotterdam because that is where I am going to be exchanging. So I wanted to show you guys the different places that I used to source for apartments and rooms to stay in during my time there. And I'll also be going through a couple of actual listings with you guys to show you like my thought process through the whole thing and also how I rank the locations that are available right now. If you're interested, stay tuned to the end to see which one I picked and where I'll be staying for my time there. And with that, let's just get straight to the video. So before we start going to the websites and actual listings themselves, I wanted to talk through my requirements for the apartment. Obviously, going into any kind of housing situation where you're looking to rent or to buy, you do need a set list of requirements, otherwise you don't know what you're looking for. For me, the first big, really important factor is location. I wanted it to be very close to the university that I'll be going to, Erasmus. The cycling culture is really big in Netherlands, but even though a lot of places are accessible by bike, I'm personally not the best cyclist. Like, I only started knowing how to cycle comfortably like last year, 2021. So I didn't want the place to be so far away that I would have to cycle daily and a very long route to the university. So I wanted it to be close enough to walk or maybe just like a short bike ride. Maximum 15 minutes by bicycle was the limit that I set for myself. I just didn't want to like give myself more trouble going to school than necessary. Of course, it would also be ideal if the place was close to city center. You know, that's where all the main shops are, that's where all the shopping streets are, and Central is very accessible by public transport as well and to disperse like throughout like Netherlands. So I wanted it to be close to the center if possible. Another requirement is that I needed the room to be fully furnished, or at least with furniture, with the main bulk of furniture that I will be using. Anything else like bedding or kitchenware I could pad up on my own. Like, I didn't want to move into a completely empty room or studio apartment because even though those are of course typically cheaper, you do need to pad it up and like get your own sofas, your own chairs, dining table and all of that. So I didn't want that hassle, especially as I was kind of applying as a single applicant, so I am not rooming with anyone from NUS. I also wanted utilities to be included in the price of my rent. So things like electricity, Wi-Fi, water, being able to access a kitchen and laundry as well, that was really important to me. So at least having those amenities nearby or within the house, and for that to be included in the price of the rental so that, you know, you have it all in and it doesn't just keep adding up and adding up. I am open to rooming with people though, so I was okay with like sharing an apartment, but I did want my roommates or flatmates to be female. Not very open to living with male roommates as of now, so that was another requirement that I had. It's also really important that I was able to register using the address of the rental, because some places are only subletting or it's just not very legally recognized, so they don't let you register at the town hall of the town or city that you are staying at, and that means that you are not officially recognized in the Netherlands. So I have to be able to register at wherever I'm staying, and usually it's just a really quick statement that you can read, like registration is possible, meaning they will give you kind of like a document that recognizes that you are like a legal resident of the housing place. And for all this, my budget was 500 to 600 euros per month, 600 being the upper limit. I really didn't want to go into like the 700-800 range, even though those can probably get you quite nice apartments, just because, you know, I want a budget. I am not living the king's life over there, so yeah, I really wanted it to still be a reasonable price and not go all out if I didn't have to. So the first source of housing that I'm gonna go into are housing websites. It's basically exactly like it sounds. People will put up houses that are available for rent, and you as the tenant or tenant applicant can go in and scroll through and then talk to the real estate agent or the landlord who is renting out their place. Depending on which site you go to, they might charge a service fee for linking you up with the landlord, and there are quite a few, but I'm only gonna run through two today. So the first one is called Housing Anywhere, and Housing Anywhere works on a subscription pricing specifically for the Netherlands. So you pay a certain fee, the lowest tier of which is 26 euros for 2 weeks. That will allow you to message landlords on various listings with no cap on it. So for 2 weeks you can message as many landlords and like comment on as many listings as you want, but after those 2 weeks you have to have settled on a listing that you are going to go ahead with, because then it'll expire and you need to repurchase. They do have different tiers. So there's, I believe, 2 weeks, 1 month, and 3 months. So yeah, you can pick one depending on how long you think you'll need to find the perfect apartment for you. So let's just take a look at these listings that I found on Housing Anywhere. The first one is this right here. It looks pretty neat. Obviously quite sparsely furnished. Nothing too crazy, but it looks clean, and I think that's a really important part of finding a house. You don't want something that is like crawling with mold and dirt. So overall it looks like a simple house, but not bad to stay in. The bed looks quite cozy, although the headboard looks a bit weird, not gonna lie. And there's a lot of floor space, but the table also looks quite tiny. And the wardrobe is also pretty small. So for this price of 125 euros a month, I would say it's quite commensurate. You are getting a nice clean small room, but it doesn't come with a lot of furniture and storage space, which is a consideration if you're gonna stay there for a few months like I am. So as you can see, registering is possible, which is really important. That's good. And there are 2 male housemates. It's a no from me. But let's go on. It is in a good location within Rotterdam Center, and it comes with a kitchen as well as a bathroom, a self-service laundry across the street. So these are all the facilities and amenities that this listing has. I would say that it's not the best. It doesn't have the laundry, no washing machine and no dryer. There's no air conditioning, which might be an issue if you're gonna stay, you know, closer to spring, closer to summer. No TV either, but because there's always streaming. Yeah, they accept students, which is another thing that you generally have to look out for, that the landlords or realtors accept students to live in that listing, I mean. So what I'll do when I'm searching for housing is that I will go to City Mapper and I will map how long it takes to get from the location to university. So right now I'm on City Mapper and I'm just going to see how long it takes for me to get to the uni from the listing that we have just been through. They don't give you the exact address obviously, but they will give you kind of like the area, and you can use that to gauge how far it is from wherever you want to go to frequently. So for me that's uni, and if it's anything longer than 15-20 minutes, apparently it's quite long. It takes 40 minutes to get there by cycling. So even though this listing is within my budget and it looks small, clean, neat, quite cozy, I'm not too fussed about the room interior because I can always decorate it, but the location is just too far. With the 2 male housemates, it's just not something that I'm really into. Let's move on to the second listing on Housing Anywhere. It's located in this area here, which I cannot pronounce. So let's just take a look at the pictures first. Honestly, it looks really nice. When I first saw this, I was like, this table facing outward with the light coming in and the wood floors, the wooden desk, the tones of brown and neutral really looks great to me. I'm really just in love with this big window situation and the little bay windowsill area. Like, I just think it's so cute. The table is so much bigger compared to the one from just now, and I need a big-ish table because like I'm so used to my big table at home. There is much more wardrobe space as well. I like that there's different shelves and also a hanging space for things that you don't want to get crumpled. The view is normal. And let's see what the rest of the house looks like. Okay, so there's basically no furniture in it, it seems. There's only fridge and a washer, but I'm not sure if there's any living furniture. So I don't think this place would come with like plates and cutlery, pots and things like that, judging by how it looks. I find it a bit odd that there's just like a shower curtain separating the sink from the shower area, but okay. Oh, they even give you a Google Maps route from the place to the university, and it looks not bad. Okay, so that saves me some time to research how long it is to get to the university. 15 minutes by bus and what seems like 17 minutes by cycling. So yeah, not too bad. Let's look at the amenities. This is for 550 euros per month, which is within the budget, and it's all inclusive, so there's no added price or anything, which is really great. It is shared with 2 other students or young working adults, which is fine. Registration is possible, so that's another tick as well. There's Wi-Fi, there's even a bedroom lock, which, you know, protect yourself, ladies. There's heating and there's a washing machine. Honestly, this listing is looking pretty good right now. It's one of the ones that I was looking at before I settled on my final decision. So it does say that it's not available anymore, but it was one of those that I was seriously considering. The second website I wanted to touch on is called Perarius, and it's another rental housing site for listings in the Netherlands. There is no fee to pay to like message people. It's a free sign up, but there may be additional fees later on that I am not aware of, just to take note. But for sign-ups itself and to browse listings, it's free. It also states that vacant properties that they put up there are listed by real estate agents, so the people who manage the website are not related to the real estate agents. They can't really help with information on the apartment itself. The next option I wanted to touch on is you can find housing through Facebook or even certain WhatsApp group chats, but I mainly was searching through Facebook groups because this is a very direct way of finding housing. Usually people who are staying in the room or apartment themselves will do their own posts on the group, and then you can kind of see whether it suits you. So there's no middleman in that sense. And there are some very beautiful apartments that go up for rental on these groups. The downside is that there are also a lot of scammers who are just waiting to cheat some innocent people of their money. So there can be quite a few fake posts. There's no like one sure way to check, but you can kind of tell if it's ridiculously cheap or it just doesn't sound like it's coming from a real person. Then stay away. Stay away. So you can see on the right here some of the groups that I have joined. There's Rotterdam Housing, Rotterdam Rent Studio, Rotterdam Housing Apartments and Rooms, etc. There's quite a few, so you just kind of have to like shop around. Let me show you some listings that have been uploaded recently so that we can go through them together. So Jazz recently posted 2 spacious rooms with balcony, 13 minutes to the center. That's not bad. So they're looking for a pair of tenants, maybe friends or a couple who can stay together. It is an apartment, so it comes with balconies, 3 bedrooms, a clean bathroom with bath, shower. There's also a lot of furnishing. So there's the kitchen obviously, and it comes with everything that you need, so all the cutlery and cooking materials are available. They are probably looking for working people because they do want, you know, employers experience, your pay slips. So I don't think it will be friendly to students, but it's alright, we can just have a look anyway. Okay, this plant looks like it's gonna fall any second, but this is giving me such like professional working vibes, you know, with like the faint view of the buildings outside, this little random ass stool and like the chair, giving me very office working professional. Decor is pretty female oriented, I would say, which is why in the listing they also mentioned they're looking for a pair of females preferably. One of the fanciest bathrooms that we've seen so far. I really like this divider, clear divider between the shower and the bath, and you know, handy railing to hang all your towels. The sink also looks pretty snazzy, and wow, on a sunny day, I think it's gonna look gorgeous, honestly. Again, a lot of female, like traditionally feminine decor. All these picture frames, you know, the bedposts. I love this, like, the light coming from here, this little corner. It's so beautiful. Honestly, it looks great. It looks great, but I'm clicking out because I know that I would not be able to get to this listing because people comment really fast on Facebook listings. Like, you have to kind of be constantly on, and if you see a listing that you like, you need to be one of the first to message or PM the person who posted it, otherwise it will be gone like very fast. So I think this one didn't get as many comments because they are clearly looking for working people who are probably going to stay in Rotterdam for a bit longer than just a couple months. For the price of 595 euros per room, I would say it's honestly quite a good deal. 600 euros, probably adding on 50 to 100 euros extra for any like electricity and utilities that has not been stated on this listing. But I think overall 650, considering if you are like a working professional in Netherlands, to get this kind of house that looks very spacious, very nicely decorated, and you get to live with a friend, I would stay here. Like, not gonna lie, just purely judging by these pictures, which could be fake, but you know, it looks good. It's looking good. The last option that I want to go through is student accommodations, which is different because it's reserved by the university. So in a sense, everything is already curated for you. It's basically like dormitory living, which makes it safer, you know, more convenient, probably closer to the university or even within the university itself. And for this, obviously you have to check with the university because each uni will have a different kind of housing policy or help with housing assistance scheme. For Erasmus, this is what their housing page looks like. They do have partnerships with different kind of housing companies in Rotterdam. They can reserve spots for students, specifically exchange students, and these are some of the options here. So the first one would be your student housing, and they even list how many apartments that they actually have, so you kind of know, you know, what's the actual number, can gauge from there. So Zior would look like this. Pretty fancy, actually. There's even like a biking parking lot. The houses are clean, minimal, but they're really like just everything that you need. And the monthly rental price would be between 520 to 720. So 720 is hitting the upper limit, above the upper limit actually of what I'm willing to pay. In general, uni housing will have more services bundled together with the listing because they know that, you know, you're just a student and you want a cheap and safe place to stay in. So it does come with the internet, shower, and a little kitchen for you to do your cooking shenanigans with. Another option that they do put out is called the student hotel. This is super limited. There's apparently only 15 rooms, which is honestly insane to me. The student hotel might be popular if you just need or want a place and you don't care about the money at all, because they have like everything that you could possibly need. It's a fully furnished room that looks like a hotel. I'll show you guys pictures in a bit. Your own bathroom, your own kitchen, gyms, free bikes, laundry, and security. So it's like all inclusive, everything. And for that, you pay a spicy price of 900 to over 1,000 euros. And you can see here what they provide. It even comes with a flat screen TV, regular cleaning. So this is for those luxe situations, okay? This is the most fuss-free accommodation that I think you can probably find in Rotterdam, at least. I am not the market for this student hotel. Now that we have reached the end, let me just show you guys what I decided on in the end, and that would be this housing at the SSH. It's for housing that's located within the Erasmus University campus itself, which is what I wanted because, like I said, I want to minimize my traveling to the uni via bike or even via public transport. I want to just be able to like wake up and hopefully just walk to class, so this definitely fulfilled it for me. And they're open to registering for less less than a year, so they have 4.5 months or 6 months or 5 months. I was specifically recommended this place actually by Nicole, my senior, who went to the same partner uni before. So she had stayed there and she really liked her stay there, so that was like another big plus for me. I will insert a clip here right now to show you guys what the portal looks like. Basically, it goes by a first come first serve kind of situation, so you do need to take note of when the applications open for university housing in general, and make sure that you apply early, get your account approved before you can reserve for the house listing that you want. As you can see, it's quite minimal, nothing too fancy, nothing like the fully furnished apartments that we saw on Facebook. I actually quite like it because I think I can do shopping for it in terms of like room decor, maybe get up some twinkle lights and fix it up the way that I want it to. So I think this works for me, and the biggest plus is that it's so close to my school, so I don't have to worry about taking a bike or walking a long way just to get to school every morning. I'll also be sharing the space with 2 other suite mates who have their own rooms, so it's all female, sisterhood space, and yeah, I'm quite excited for it. So that's it for today's video. I hope this video gave you guys kind of like an overview as to what options you can find in Netherlands for housing if you are gonna stay there for like a couple months like me, or if you're just curious. Housing is on like a really high demand in Netherlands right now, so it can be quite hard to find something that is suitable, especially if you're on a budget. Hope you found this video fun or informative. I'm so excited to do like a room tour when I get there, hopefully, if it's not like ugly. Stay tuned for all that, and if you watched till here, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!